I've learned that you can't treat every situation as a life and death matter, because you'll die a lot of times. Write that down.
I don't have a pencil.
Well, remember that then.
Anybody particularly shocked as to the demographics that this town manager, who was hired simply as a token, will fall under? Anybody? You? Yeah, this came across while I've been on my hiatus, and I was just like, yeah, I got to jump all over this. I've seen other content creators talk about it, but yeah, you knew this was not going to fall off of my radar at all. Let's shut it on up. Kenley hired Jones as town manager last month after serving in various local government positions in other states. That's right. It's a hustle shuffle, baby. They move them from position to position, place to place, just spreading the intersectionality gospel, right? This comes to us from the New York Post. North Carolina town, entire police force quits in protest over progressive town manager. This is written by Lee Brown. Let's get into the story here. An entire North Carolina police force has quit in protest as the town's newly hired progressively responsible town manager, who the police chief said created a hostile work environment. Does she seem like she can do anything but create a hostile work environment? That quote unquote smile is one of the fakest things I've ever seen in my life. But, in order to spread the ideology, in order to spread the intersectionality, and oh my goodness, we just need a woman's touch. Yeah, and the feminism in many ways. Yeah, they sit there and shift these folks from place to place. This is why we have HR departments, right? Like, oh yeah, I got my homegirl, she can do it. Da, 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 da. And here we are. And I'm pretty sure she makes a nice chunk of change, too. Kenley Police Chief Josh Gibson made the shocking announcement in a Facebook post on Thursday, saying the assistant town manager and a key clerk had joined him and his 5 officers in quitting in protest. So it's a rather small department. I have put in my 2 weeks notice along with my whole police department, he wrote of the force he had served with for 21 years. Yeah, like I said, that she looks like she reminds me of Alfre Woodard. Like, don't all of them, from Maxine Waters to Alfre Woodard and Luke Cage, they all got that same energy, bro. They all bring that. Oh, she, as long as you agree with her, she the sweetest person in the world. The moment you disagree with this chick, all hell breaks loose. I can guarantee it. Bro, I'm sorry. That's just it's been programmed into women in Western culture, into particularly Black women in Western culture from before any of us were born, my boys. I promise you, The new manager has created an environment in which I do not feel we can perform our duties and services to the community, he wrote of Justine Jones, who took up the position early last month. He made it official with a formal letter of resignation to Jones herself, according to a copy obtained by WRAL, noting that he was the longest-running chief in the area. He said he felt his force had recently made substantial progress in dealing with unspecified ups and downs. Here he is. He seems like a nice enough guy. Once again, this is small town, Mayberry type energy that they go in, because it's North Carolina, a place in which I've lived, a state in which I've lived, and it's super rural, man. Outside of military bases and Charlotte, it is country, boy. It's old country. He seems like a cool enough dude. Just from the photo, never interacted with that man, don't know that man from a day in my life, but it was seen, particularly after serving for 21 years, and probably has his pension and everything else like that. he is just trying to make what he would deem is the best move for himself, and the rest of the officers followed. However, due to the hostile work environment in the town of Kinley, I do not believe progress is possible, he told Jones, without identifying her as the source of his complaint, as he had done on social media. Neither the post nor his letter spelled out specific grievances the officers had against Jones. However, the exiting police chief told WRAL he would consider staying if Jones was dismissed. just flat out, yeah, speak of the devil, and Lucifer shall appear. A town called a closed emergency meeting for Friday night. Jones declined to discuss the drastic move, telling WRAL she was not at liberty to talk because of a personnel matter. She had started on June 2nd after a nationwide search, quote, yeah, definitely quote unquote that shit, according to a statement celebrating the hiring of a manager hailed for having worked in progressively responsible positions in several states. Man, they get around strong and independent, huh? The release did not mention, however, how she had sued a previous employer in neighboring South Carolina for racial discrimination after she was fired in March 2015, according to WRAL, which is why certain demographics are a higher risk. You know what I'm saying? Which is why certain demographics will find themselves having a harder time getting work, because as soon as you don't do right, well, shoot, you're a racist and I'm gonna sue you, and that's gonna cost a lot of money, and it becomes a very, very, like, yeah, I can see that. I can see where the toxicity comes from. She accused Richland County leaders of hostile treatment and for not paying her fairly because she was black and had a disability. Why'd you get the job in the first place? Court docs show. She also accused the county of discriminating against her because she was a whistleblower who reported serious fraud, wrongdoing, and violations of the law. The lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed in April 2017, court records show, without elaborating on why. Probably settled. Just said, shut up and go. Before getting hired by Kinley, she listed herself as principal CEO of her own counseling company. Word of mouth real time, her LinkedIn shows. My goodness. Strong, independent entrepreneurs. Meanwhile, Johnson County Sheriff Steve Bizzle assured WRAL that his deputies will be stepping up to cover for the missing Kinley cops. I'll be there for the people of Kinley, and they can rest assured they will have deputies patrolling the streets, he insisted. And honestly, good on them. Fingers crossed for the people of Kinley. Hopefully there isn't like a crime surge or anything else like that. But the most interesting bit in all of this is they all freaking look like ooh, it sounds so bad, right? Like, I know how bad this sounds, but it's pattern recognition, my boys. Pattern recognition. There's nothing wrong with it, all right? And that's why I always keep my comment sections open, because it's not like I want to sit here in an echo chamber and just reinforce what it is that I think or feel or believe. It's just that you're asking me not to believe my lying eyes when I see a lot of this, and it's been so elaborate. I don't know if you guys saw that new Wakanda Forever trailer, but guys, I mean, real talk. Is it me? Have I missed the boat somewhere? Yeah, no. I'm 100% on top of this shit. And sis, they playing you. They've been playing you. And the thing is that once you're like an older woman like this, right? Like the older chicks, once those eggs are shut down, the whole baby, like you've gotten your experience and everything else like that, all you can do is drag other, women that look exactly like you into the exact same misery that your life's become. And seeing how, you don't have, like, I don't know what this woman's personal life is at all. I do know that the ability to create that hostility, that toxicity that would drive an entire police force to exist, it is fucking potent. All right, it really is. And it comes from our culture of telling these people, these individuals that they're strong, independent, don't need no man, and and that they're victims. They're strong and independent victims, and that, I'm sorry, that energy creates toxicity no matter what, particularly in dealing with with individuals of certain complexions who may be in, you know what I'm saying, who may find themselves underneath them because, oh yeah, because guess what? In that mind, they automatically assume that that individual is beneath them. And that's where a lot of that toxicity, I don't even think it's a conscious thing. I think it's a completely subconscious. I think it's programmed. I think it is, you know what I'm saying, like baked into the culture, into, you know what I'm saying, the mindset, the chaos, the feminine chaos that really, particularly in Black America, but ultimately in America in general, that feminine chaos has really cultivated. So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice, and we're going to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out. Odyssey as well. Links in the description. Actually go in the description box and do damage and speak. Let me know what you guys think in the comments because I get it, my man. I completely get it. Like, yo, like, nah, it's just y'all do it's unnecessary bullshit coming from up top. Like, if you've ever worked in retail or in like really any job at the ground level, like entry level, ground level, in the United States of America, then you know that you have managers and assistant managers and district managers and regional managers and a whole bunch of motherfuckers that sit there and throw down edicts and mandates and shit from up top and trying to get you to enforce policies and shit that they'll never have to enforce. But it's there to justify their paychecks, and it's bullshit. It really is. And thusly, it's not even really a her being a Black woman problem. It really is a problem within this entire system and the way we have things set up in general. Well, the way you may have your company or business set up in general. I don't know. I can't speak to that end. But hey, you may feel differently, and that's what my comment section is for, guys. Until the next one.
Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem.